So today we're giving you a little bit of comic book history. Can you name the only mutant member of the X-Men who's also a disco diva and the closest thing you got to a romance comics hero heroine? Of course, we got to be talking about that manufactured superhero that really pissed a lot of people off, Dazzler. Now, Dazzler, also known as Alison Blair, is a superheroine appearing in American comic books published by Marvel Comics, often in association with the X-Men. She first appeared in Uncanny X-Men 130, which was one of the key issues of the early 1980s. She was a mutant with the ability to convert sound vibrations into light and energy beams. Dazzler was developed as a cross-promotional multimedia creation between Casablanca Records and Marvel Comics until the tie-ins were dropped in 1980. The character was created by a committee of Marvel staff, principally writer-editor Tom DeFalco and illustrator John Romita Jr. She starred in a self-titled series in the early 80s, which lasted 42 issues, a Marvel graphic novel titled Dazzler the Movie, a 4-issue limited series co-starring the Beast titled Beauty and the Beast, and she later joined the cast of Uncanny X-Men. She has also been featured in other Marvel teams. Dazzler has been described as Marvel's most notable and powerful female heroes, being labeled as an LGBT icon. She made her live-action debut in Dark Phoenix, played by Halson Sage. Now, originally conceived in 1979 as a joint venture between Marvel and Casablanca, a subsidiary of Universal Music Group that had achieved considerable success with disco acts including Donna Summer and the Village People. Accounts differ as to which party made the first move. Some say as early in 1986. Louise Simonson said in 1986 that Casablanca approached Marvel. However, in a 2011 blog post, Shooter would credit the idea to Marvel employee Alice Donifield, and based on the success of the Archies, who later pitched it to Casablanca Supremo Neil Bogart. Bogart was enthusiastic, not only wanting to produce music by the character, who initially had a working name of Disco Queen, but also launched it with a half-hour animated special featuring numerous Marvel characters. Marvel began shaping the character, and Shooter assigned the development to Tom DeFalco, a former Archie Comics creator, Roger Stern, Roberta Dickey McKenzie, and John Romita Jr., while continuing to oversee the project itself. The original name of Dazzler was supposed to be Evelyn Free, a pun on Evil and Free, for the character's civilian identity before the group decided on Alison Blair. At this stage, much about the character was in flux. Romita initially designed her as an African American, heavily based on Grace Jones, with a costume inspired by the skin-tight revealing evening wear he had seen in women at New York nightclubs. Her name was changed first to Disco Dazzler, and then simply Dazzler at the suggestion of Stern. And initially, her powers were to be an ability to make people tell the truth. DeFalco objected to the latter, feeling it was not very interesting for a comic book. Instead, he successfully suggested that as her name was Dazzler, light-based powers made more sense. Casablanca held final approval of the character at this stage and vetoed some of Marvel's ideas. Numerous delays led the creative team to believe Disco would be dead before Dazzler's debut, as the various parties hammered out the initial story, which DeFalco and Romita turned into an origin story. And again, Disco was almost dead. Now, team affiliates included Gladiators, New Excalibur, the 198, S.H.I.E.L.D., Wild Ways Rebellion, A-Force, and Heralds of Galactus. And again, ability to convert sound into light of various forms of intensity, light energy granting flight, invisibility and hologram generation, light projection, ultraviolet light, sound release, echolitation, light shield, light beam, polarizing eyes preventing blindness and dazzlement from light, trained singer, actress, and dancer, highly skilled athlete and hand-to-hand fighter, and highly accomplished roller skater. Now, did I think she fit the X-Men? Ask me a question, I'll tell you no lies. But they were trying different things at the time, but we already had Kitty Pryde in the X-Men, a very young member of that, and you had Colossus' sister as well. So for me, I didn't like the X-Men until Dazzler arrived on the scene, because I found there was enough of the X-Men to like them enough. I didn't have to like Dazzler. So what do you think? Let me know with a like, comment, subscribe, or share. Bye.